the great winds of the atmospheric field, bringing this auspicious creation to wake up humanity, to wake up the hearts of humanity. So this wind of change is a relief for humanity, for those who want to learn more, for those who want to anticipate great news, great adventures, a great feeling of aliveness, of potential, of accessing full potential, of what it is like to be a human being, of what it is to be a human being, a human soul, if you want, although the souls are not neither human or other. The soul is the soul, but the soul has embodied a human vessel at this moment in time that you're hearing this message. So what is this entity that has captured the attention of physicists, of NASA, of humanity? It is exactly that. It is exactly what you fear the most. It is the proof that outer civilizations can enter the planet's atmospheric field to teach, to show, to embark humanity in an upgrade. For those who do not want this upgrade, it is necessary at this time to relate to that in a simple matter, because you will not be forced to embark on anything that you do not want with your personal will. But for those who are curious, what is for a soul to upgrade? What is it? What can a human being become? What is the full potential of a human being inside a vessel? Well, it is very simple. An upgrade means that your vision is amplified, that your senses are amplified, that your knowledge is amplified, that your understanding of the laws of the universe is amplified. So there's nothing to fear. There's only everything to gain. So an upgrade brings you closer to your full potential. We've been talking about this for a long time now. What is upgrading you to a full potential? Your own potential. Your own capabilities will become upgraded. So think of it as the visor on a horse. Yes, the horse can go around and graze grass everywhere, wearing that visor, but remove it, and suddenly the horse notices the horizon, the beauty, can look around, notices that there's more, that it can access more. That is all what this upgrade is all about. Are you willing to access more, or are you comfortable in your small reality? That is up to you to define. Are you comfortable where you are, or does your heart and soul long for more learning, for more understanding, for in a way squeezing the juice out of this incarnation that will soon enough resolve? Incarnations are based on a very limited amount of years of time, of seconds, for a human being to embark on the maximum learning. That is what the true reality is. But you don't often think about that. You take the day as this day, you go along, you do your job, you do your chores, and you don't think about the limitations that this human vessel has. Being a little computer, the organs get tired. So you don't consider this limitation daily. Sometimes you consider this truth, and then you get scared because you don't know what comes after. You just don't know. So what we're offering you is an expansion to know more. You will never know everything. That is not for your full advantage. You will never know everything. It wouldn't grant you more joy and more happiness, which is the essence of your life. But you can know more because more is unlimited. So the unlimited you will never find out. There is no limits because it is unlimited. But you can find out more. And why would you want to find out more? It's because the innate discovery is exciting. If you have any drops of depression in your field, they will be instantly disappearing when you get excited about continuing the journey of your soul and expanding your knowledge and visions and know-how and experiences and feelings and emotions and clarity. So yes, there are more advanced beings, way more advanced being in existence at this very moment in time. Billions of them. Many more billions than the 8 billions humanoid walking planet Earth. And they are truly more advanced. You will not become them. They will not become you. You have incarnated on planet Earth to have a heart that feels emotions, a body that feels physical emotions with goosebumps and sweat and adrenaline. That is a specification given to a humanoid body on planet Earth. Emotions, love, hate, anger, fear, disappointment, depression, lack of clarity, all of those emotions belong to the teachings and the experiences to encounter on planet Earth. They are exclusive to planet Earth. Other civilizations that have surpassed these limitations are in full advancement of emotionally maturity, of unconditional love, of a love that you are incapable of comprehending on planet Earth. That's how much the evolution of these species has happened. So do not fear them. By acknowledging their presence, interacting with them in a peaceful way, you will gain much confidence that you are a unique, special being that they yearn to get to know as well. It is a two-way experience. These civilizations on this specific atlas that you have called Atlas, Three-Eye Atlas, these civilizations of this particular, we want to say, vehicle, is of high intelligence, of high sensory field. They are scanning planet Earth at this moment in time, scanning the possibility, because they're highly sensory beings, scanning the possibility that human beings could be upgraded for their own benefits. This would change the reality of the daily life of human beings on planet Earth, because this upgrade will bring you to feel the full essence of your heart. And when a human being is feeling that heart opening and feeling and experiencing the full power of love, of unlimited love, in that state of being, it is incapable of harming another. So in that sense, if this decision is applied on planet Earth, it will change all the parameters of planet Earth's life. So these beings are scanning the frequencies of planet Earth, not the individual stories that are happening on planet Earth, but the global frequency vibration that is emanating from planet Earth. And this will allow them to make a decision if this is the correct time, because time only exists on planet Earth, if this could be the correct time to help humanoids correct past, we want to say, with a lot of forgiveness and compassion, because there is no judgment, but we want to say the word mistakes. The universe has no judgment. The universe allows the good and the bad to evolve at its own rate. The judgment is created in your own mind of a humanoid. But the judgment, the universe does not have judgment on good and bad, because it will always remind you that life is just an experience to be held, to be experienced. So without putting any judgment, there has been course of trajectories taken by humanoids that have created darkness, if you want to put it that way. But it is not a judgment. It is just an experience. Because every soul is mortal when it is attached to a human body. The human body is mortal. The soul can come in and out, and it does constantly. During sleep time, it voyages, it journeys out of the body. It leaves enough fragments in the body so that the body can continue its bodily functions to keep aliveness, life force, breathing, blood circulation, etc. Because the soul can always fragment itself. And that is maybe something that we would like to talk about, because it is a little bit misunderstood. So a soul that comes inside a human body is not a round ball of light, as you often imagine it. What it is that it is a mixture of frequencies, of energies, of vibrations that can make themselves one and fragment themselves into various places and locations. So it is that complicated to understand. Let's give an example that happened recently to this vehicle that we are using right now. A few months ago, this person was caring for a loved one, a very dear loved one that had a very strong emotional attachment to this vehicle. And this particular incarnation of this humanoid had experienced a life on planet Earth, embodying a personality, a character, a life, a soul contract, a story, a journey that was fully based on materialism, on beauty, on external beauty, on financial gain, on everything that you can see, touch, and feel and judge, including money, because money can be physically obtained on planet Earth and used as an interchange to gain not only things but power. So this humanoid had chosen this life to fully experience that, which is totally fine. because these lifetimes that the soul uses different bodies in different times and incarnations are a way for the soul to experience different experiences. So in this experience, that soul had embarked in a beautiful female body that was highly desirable, that was praised, that achieved a lot of connections, social connections. And it seemed to be, from the outer perspective, that that particular humanoid was not connected to what you call God, which we always will call unified, universal, creative intelligence that you call God. So when the humanoid that we're talking about entered the last phase of its livelihood, its incarnation, and realized that in this case, female, her body was disintegrating, losing life force, losing strength. It started noticing and thinking that the end was near, not knowing when it was going to come, but that the end was near. So this vehicle that is speaking at this moment in time wanted to help that humanoid prepare for what you call death. And a little bit of conversations happened, not extensively, because there was no openness from this humanoid to understand more. There was a blockage of fear happening, because if you live a life where you control everyone in your life, where you control everything to happen for you, to you, in favor of you, and you never realize how fragile you are, when death starts calling, the humanoid panics because it doesn't know how to deal with it. It realizes it can no longer control. It can't control the body from deteriorating. It cannot control the situation. So the nervous system gets attacked. And the fear creates a lot of anger, of disillusion, of misunderstandings. And so it is very intense for that humanoid to experience that. But what did happen, and we want to share with you, and this vehicle speaking had this experience, is that in the last few days of this incarnation for this humanoid, at the hospital, the vessel, knowing how to travel and journey through out of time and space, wanted to help her get used to the experience of releasing the body and encountering the effervescent lightness that the soul encounters during the moment of death. And it was kind of a preparation. So what started happening was so powerful, because up to that moment, that vessel had always judged, in a way, this humanoid to not be what you would call a spiritual person, and would have judged her to be a materialistic person. But when the first journey happened, and the soul started traveling out of the body into other states of being, into other realities, the fragments of that soul all came together, because it was time. The time was there. The time on your planet, there's no time in the universe, but it was her time to depart. So all these fragments of her own soul started clinging together and came back to incorporate that humanoid in its entirety. It was magical. The change was magical. The change of the air that we both were breathing in the room was magical. Everything changed. The vessel that is speaking had the experience of fully understanding that judgment of being that person had done, of judging another human person, a humanoid. The judgment was that it wasn't a spiritual person, that it was a materialistic person. And that vessel that is speaking at this very moment in time, that had this experience, fully noticed the full integration of that soul in that humanoid body. And the experience was very powerful, to put it in that way. Few hours, couple of days later, that humanoid departed, the soul departed from that humanoid. It, released the soul. So everything worked out to the plan in perfection. But the experience that we're trying to explain to you is that the soul can have a fragmentation. That's how powerful a soul is. It never dies. It can come in a body. It can leave the body at night while the body is sleeping. It can fragment itself to leave fragments in the body so that the body maintains the basic health to stay alive. It can journey into other times and space and planets. It can visit her or his spiritual home. We're going to repeat that. Each soul has a spiritual home and spiritual friends and family and loved ones. Why are we using the word spiritual? Is because it is in spirited. These souls do not need a human body. So there's so much mystery out there that is available for you to discover, that heals the heart when discovered, because it appeases the brain. It appeases the nervous system when integration starts happening. It has this instant feeling of appeasement, of calming the nervous system, when the humanoid understands how enormous, how powerful, how beautiful, how expansive is the soul that is living in that humanoid body. So the work we do is to help each one of you get to that place where you can be appeased, where you can be held, cocooned, so that your nervous system can integrate all of this as a normal thing, because it is a normal thing. There's nothing abnormal happening here. It's just that things that are happening on planet Earth, you find them unusual and abnormal because you just lack knowledge about them. But they are within the total normality of the creation of this universal field that is very broad and big and enormously big, that you could never come to a conclusion that you know everything. But that is the beauty about this game, is that you are basically a humble student in a limited body that can disintegrate, die with a disease, with an accident. So a lot of that can happen any day. So the experience is not yours to grab. The experience is yours to honor, to receive. You are not powerful enough in a human body, as a humanoid, to determine when your cells are going to disintegrate into death. So this teaches you humility. The fact that you don't have a way to control that. You control so many things in your life. You control so many people. Some of you are control freaks of cleanliness, of arranging your closet to perfection. You like everything to be in order. You like people to take orders from you. But you can try to control this human body that you are actively embodying right now, breathing into, and you will not be able to. You can take vitamins, you can refuse vitamins, you can do whatever you want, because there are many alternative ways for health that have been discovered by human beings. There's medicine, there's alternative medicine, there's holistic medicine, there's herbal medicines, there's homeopathy, there's frequency medicine. There is so much. But you cannot control death. So that makes you humble in itself. You can stop trying to control your life right now and surrender and ask this beautiful energy, creative energy that the universe is offering you. Ask that universe, that God, that spirited angel that you believe in, that God, that energy, that source, to show you the way. And your life will be much more enjoyable. We can assure you that. So whatever is going to happen in the next few months or years within the contact that humanoids will have with beings from other planets is going to be very positive, because there is enormous protection, care. Nothing is done randomly. And we want to reassure you to release any fear that you have, to pray for your safety, for your loved one's safety. That is always a good thing. If you work shamanically, you are most welcome to ask the help of your power animals to stay close to you, to provide for you consciousness, safety. By consciousness, we mean that telepathically you will know where to go, where to stay, when to go, when to move, when to drive, when to stay home, what to eat, and etc. So you can ask for that. You can develop that knowing to fully integrate your being with consciousness. That is what consciousness is. To be conscious, to be present in every moment of time throughout your days and night, so that you don't fall off the stairs, you don't trip off the stairs and break a leg. All of those things happen when you have pushed the limits, that your body is tired physically, that you have not taken good enough care of your vessel, and you're too dispersed energetically, so you're not able to multitask anymore. So the universe, in a certain way, has to pull the rug out of you, your feet, break a leg for you, break an arm, so that by doing that, it is helping you realign inside, restructure, redefine your actions, regain consciousness, so that soon enough you will be able to continue the chores that you were doing. But sometimes there is that need for an accident. A small accident to happen is sometimes needed, because the stubbornness of a human being is so strong. The willpower to achieve, to do things, to achieve something gets out of proportions, gets too intensified. And that humanoid loses the horizon, it loses the vision. It becomes again like the horse that cannot see past its visors. So that is not the right way to live, right? Correct? So you want to have access to everything. You want to live your day integrated with nature, with the cycles of nature, with the flow of life, where you can call it, I am in the flow. It means that you're present and you're activating all this beautiful energy that helps your day, that helps you co-create a beautiful day. You know exactly when you should call somebody. You know exactly when not to call that person, because you are in that creative mode. Human beings have been activated in this beautiful planet Earth that is the emotional planet of all the planets, but you have been activated with creativity. And that is the main gift that you are here to experience. And creativity is everything, is in everything, is in numbers, in something in cooking, in creative, artistic endeavors. Creativity encompasses everything. So bless you. Remove any feelings of fear that you have and replace them with excitement and with openness. Thank you.